McFarlane doing what Prendergast is doing at the other end.
So McFarlane, he's a good man to go to. You wouldn't expect him to miss this, the skipper. Goes for goal and does exactly that. He misses off to the near side, kick to behind.
It's interesting, Charlie, in the Wanderers forward line at the moment, you've got Aaron Motlop, Thomas Motlop and Shannon Motlop.
Okay. Triple M's, they're there. Cruz brings it out. Oh, he's gone flirting with the boundary line. And Simon Bates have got a lot of confidence in this young man now. They go to him like that. It shows that they're backing him. Along the boundary line, just in the field of play. Mark taken there by Damien Rowe.
Well, they're controlling possession late in the first quarter. Great way to do it. So full credit to them. Good contest by Prendergast.
Knocked to ground here. Smith got to it. Plenty of St Mary's players got back there. Went short, gave to Carpenter. Carpenter got a pocket. Oh, nice kick to Motlop.
Geez, the right side for a left-footer too, Charlie. You'll like his chances from here, but Carpenter just put it out into his advantage. Hill certainly made him earn it, but as I said, I'd go back and kick the goal, Shannon. Perfect side for a left-footer.
Well, he did that because they were calling for it, and he just put his left hand out and said, no, he'll have the shot. Scrimgeour offered half-heartedly, but Motlop takes on the responsibility, and so he should. He'll cross the 50. You'll see it in front of him. There it is. So that's how far he is out. He's on the boundary. He's a lefty. He's a lefty. And he's a good kick. And he threads that one through the middle. And the Eagles are effervescent. They're playing some good footy close to quarter time.
Yeah, it is. Great finish by Shannon Motlop. But what was concerning, I thought, was the turnover by foot on Ian Brown. He just needed to clear the area. He's not great by foot, but he turned it over. Carpenter took it away and put it, as I say, to the advantage of Shannon Motlop. Right side for a left footer and certainly slotted it. They look good, the Wanderers.
They look very good. His first quarter, there he is, Shannon Motlop. Goal kickers, Prendergast 2, David Cruz 1, Shannon Motlop 1. That's the 4 for the Eagles. And St Mary's 1 to McFarlane, 1 for Mitchell Andrews. Eilert in there. Hard at work as usual. Carl Load gets a scrambly kick forward. Eagles get their little handball over the top, picked up by them. They squirt it out towards Simon Bates. Onto the left boot he goes, up towards the wing. Fisting ball towards the boundary line. Look at the runners the Eagles have. Off the right boot, the little kick came in there. There's a chance here for Wanderers. They can run back. Thomas Motlop, can he get to the footy? Spillage comes out. Handball around. Thomas Motlop still goes over the top. Scrimgeour misses to the near side. Kicks it behind. 24 minutes gone. First quarter belongs to the Eagles so far.
Didn't quite execute, but I like the fact that they had numbers around that contest there, Charlie. Getting numbers around the ball, can they sustain it? That'll be the question.
Yeah, you wait for Saints to come, don't you, at any minute. And very capable of just going bang, bang and kicking 2 or 3 goals in a hurry.
And they certainly are, but that's the worst thing that the Wanderers can do, in my opinion. They've just got to continue to take this game on. Don't wait for the Saints to come back. Don't give them a chance.
Here's the throw in. It's up on the half-forward line for the Eagles. Out there on the far side of the ground. Wanderers in the blue and gold here. 10 premierships against the almighty St Mary's. 28 premierships, that team in the green and gold there.
Charlie, it's a nice buffer Wanderers have. We've seen Johnson off. There's a little bit of a concern about Christian Schauld. He came off about soon after the Johnson injury, just favouring his right knee a little bit. So another centre player down.
Gee.
They'll need to make the most of this advantage.
Here's the run. That's Carpenter. They want it. Little kick through. They dive for it, the Eagles. Motlop with the handball out. Kick to the top of the square. They have a chance, and the mark taken. Thomas Motlop's got it. Thomas Motlop has the mark. He's only about 15 metres out. He's on a 45-degree angle and surely should not miss, which might be the last scoring opportunity before quarter time.
Well, you'll see Luke Stapleton there as we watch Thomas Motlop go in, and geez, he went close to a man on the mark, but he's converted. We'll pick it up just on the replay, hopefully, Charlie. But what was really interesting, Luke Stapleton, he was not happy with his fellow teammates. Jason Purantanamira, I think, was the one. He just allowed Thomas Motlop to have a run and jump at the ball. And he doesn't need too many chances, Thomas. He normally finishes off. You'll see Carpenter again put the ball in. Purantanamira, no body contact.
And he got rid of Stapleton in all of that as well.
Yeah, and that's what Stapleton was going crook at. He was saying to Jason, come on, mate, give me some protection here. I need you to get some body contact on.
Just a little flutter of uncertainty in the Saints at the moment. At quarter time, Big jump out of the middle there, Alex Erlinson. Saints looking for a lift. You know they'll come. There's no doubt about that. Maloney takes it up towards the forward line. Good mark. Oh, good strong mark down there. They wanted someone to stand up. Cameron Island said, let it be me.
Yeah, well, he's pretty dangerous when they push him inside 50. We know he's a good player in the middle of the ground, but when he goes forward as well, he's very hard to match up. Damien Rowe got the job on him at the moment.
So McFarlane and Mitchell Andrews, the goal kickers for the Saints. Can Cameron Island join them? That's 50 there. He crosses, runs in, lines up with the kick, goes across the face, off hands, out of bounds in the pocket.
And Charlie Child just back on, which is good news. Been on for about 12 or 13 minutes, but moving pretty freely.
And Saints have an interchange player waiting to come out as well, Rob.
Yeah, Frawley about to come on. Just waiting to see who's replacing.
Scrimgeour wants to play on. Thumps to Simon Bates. Getting to him, Shannon Motlop. Bates at the back. Good contest between these two. Bates tried to keep it in play. He didn't. The umpire was right. He did pretty well to hold it up. They're going to throw it in.
Yeah, he did very well. He's been impressive the last couple of weeks. Good matchup, Rioli on Bates.
Quarter time. Oh, it's set up for a terrific grand final. The Eagles go to the break, surprisingly out in front. Wanderers out by 18 points under a full moon here at Mararas. Quarter time, the Eagles 5-2 to 2-2. Eagles have taken it out to 18 points at quarter time. They'll start the second quarter up 5-2 to 2-2. Murray was a terrific quarter from them.
Yeah, it certainly was. The unfortunate injury to Johnson, and that certainly didn't fade them. And let's see how St Mary's respond in this second quarter. Will Wanderers continue to put the pedal to the metal in this second quarter?
Andrews doing the ruck work. There's Christian Shield, number 22 for St Mary's there. Heath Culpert. Iggy Balajo, he looks strong, doesn't he? Looks powerful. Shield gets the tap out of the middle, wants Motlop. Shannon Motlop went down, just couldn't quite pick it up. Waiting for it was Jared Eilert, pumps it forward. Cameron Eilert there, knocked the ball. Saints get there very, very quickly. First one to get there was Tunderwatch. Brought it up to the top of the square. That's an intelligent kick. Bounces in front there of Robert Hale. Pack come over the top. Spillage comes out almost to Eilert. Robert Hale parked over the top of the footy.
Got some numbers around that contest there, Charlie, didn't they?
Umpire to throw it up. A little bit of holding on there. The two of them knocked down. Culpert, such a dangerous player. Ryan Lewis goes backward. Oh, smothering effort. The Eagles got there fast. Scrimgeour came in very hard looking for the footy. Trying to get to the loose ball now. Wanderers get there through Nicholas Walk, number 27. And down the bottom from all of that, little pat from McFarlane on James Scrimgeour. Get down to Rob Cross in just a moment. See where they go with this ball. Knocked out. Waited a little bit back, the Eagles that time. It's left on the ground. Scrimgeour left it. Motlop went over the top. His handball didn't find the target. It got to Shannon Motlop. Oh, Shannon Rioli did well. Deep to the pocket with the kick. McNamee at the back. Oh, the handball back to him wasn't the best by Ali Bond over the boundary line for a throw in. Now we can get to Rob.
Thanks, Charlie. Paul Motlop said, keep up the tempo, keep them under the pump. He said, asked for a good start and he got it. Keep doing the team thing, contested marks in the clearances and keep this magnificent tackling going. And, of course, dig deep for Mark Johnson, who he saw go off the ground and taken straight to hospital with that dislocated ankle.
Clever knockout in the direction there of Robert Hale.
And Charlie, in terms of, it looks like play will swing now towards Wanderers' way. In terms of the St Mary's team, generally pretty calm. Initially, it was the captain, Peter McFarlane, who spoke, and Heath Culpert just asking for a bigger effort. And then Damien Hale said we expected to come to play. They've done nothing unexpected. We now have to lift. It's a real challenge. This is a test, he said. And he really urged his team to, he really set them a challenge.
Thanks, Rob. Thomas Motlop to Aaron Motlop. It was magnificent build-up for the Flying Blues.
Well, Charlie, and it's a camera picks up Aaron Motlop backpedaling towards the 50. You'll watch, there'll be Culpert, Lewis. They're all still standing in the middle of the ground. They're the midfielders for St Mary's. They just couldn't go with Wanderers there. They were still at this contest. They're just getting through to the square now. They were 30, 40 metres away from where the Wanderers midfielders had run.
It was no secret Wanderers have the leg speed. And this man can have a shot for goal. He needs to convert. He pulls it to the near side. Didn't get it. Behind the result off the boot there of that number 4, Aaron Motlop. We don't muck around. They call themselves the mucks, the Eagles.
Yeah, that'll be sung loud and proud if they can continue this. Yeah, that impressed me there, their ability to really run. They just couldn't go with them, the St Mary's mids there.
Culpet reaching in front, though, almost taking the mark down there for the Eagles was Josh Cabillo. They get it to the centre, knocked in the direction there of Tunderwatch. He tried to get handball out to Ryan Lewis, who ran hard at the footy and said it's mine, and he was rewarded for it. His hurried kick goes forward. McNamee ran at it, he just couldn't get it. Spearing kick from Jared Eilert to Cameron. Cameron Eilert with the footy. He's grabbed a little high. He got free. He went backwards. Chance here for Saints off the left boot. Shot for goal. Oh, yes. It looked pretty good. It was a goal.
Certainly was. I'm pretty sure it was off the left boot too from Jared Eilert, but geez, it was a good build-up. You mentioned McNamee, he'd run at the football. He had to make that decision. Do I go or not go? He sort of caught in two minds. Jared Eilert, he said, I'm going. And Cameron Eilert, his brother there, Rowe wasn't, he tackled Rowe. He didn't have the ball, but he fed it off, and yep, on the left boot. He'll like watching that one on the replay, Jared Eilert.
Gee, it was a good goal from him, wasn't it? He's a real leader. Tenacious footballer. What's the umpire talking about here?
Well, it's a free kick to Wanderers, yeah. Not sure what for.
And the kick goes forward for the Eagles, up towards that man who kicked those goals, Prendergast, earlier on. He's diving at the footy, Prendergast. He's leading the way for the Eagles up in the forward line. St Mary's with the handball. Tackle here on Eilert, puts him to ground. Cameron Eilert goes to ground. Umpire blows the whistle, will come in and ball it up. Wanderers screaming, appealing for a free kick. There was nothing in it, Rob, was there?
Well, he ducked his head a little bit. He took the tackle. Line ball, good decision.
Culpet. Little kick. Oh, they've gone for Cameron Eilert very, very hard. That was Bonson. He ran straight at him. They're not taking a backward step, the Eagles here. They can sniff something. Cameron Eilert caught in the footy again, held up. Tackling ferocious from both teams.
Geez, Paul Montlot mentioned about the tackling at quarter time, and geez, he'd be impressed with what he's seeing during this second quarter as well. They are just ferocious with their tackling intensity.
Eilert, who's so strong, couldn't shake that tackle. Knocked down here, Culpet's a chance. Load runs at the footy, gets to it, gets into some space. Good block work from Heath Culpet. Kick up here, all Eagles in defence. Knocked over the top. Little quick handball, which was probably a little unnecessary. Got it to Nicholas Walk, caught in a tackle. Held up again, great tackling.
Yeah, it was great tackling, but it was unnecessary, wasn't it, Charlie? Because it was great support there with Walk and Bonson, but just rushed the handball.
Dean Rioli there looking on with the cap. Former Essendon player. Here because they had a function last night for Morris. Menzies School of Health involved with that. They got it over the top somehow. They're going to call what here? A free kick to the Eagles. It's going to go to Aaron Motlop. Well, it's all working for the Eagles at the moment.
It certainly is, and Maloney's got the job to try and shut down Aaron Motlop at the moment. We saw him do a job on Tungatalum a couple of weeks ago, and he's now been given the role of running with Aaron Motlop.
Aaron Motlop can go short. Josh Cabillo, the workhorse, comes in and kicks. Beautiful kick off the boot. That's a terrific kick to the goal square. Gets over the back. Here comes Prendergast with a handball over the top. They got to Thomas Motlop. He goes for goal and he's kicked it. Thomas Motlop gets one for the Eagles.
Great finish by Thomas Motlop, but the build-up work was great. I love the fact that Cabillo just pumped the football in there. Andrews, the ruckman, had slipped behind the play, but wasn't able to line himself up with the contest. And you'll see here again, the ball comes out. Clever tap on by Scrimgeour. Great handball over the top by Prendergast.
Just a good goal. They worked well. Thomas and Aaron. They're such dangerous players, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly are.
11.5 minutes, second term. Check that score there, 18 points the difference. Ball up on the half-forward line for St Mary's here, tapped over the back. Carpenter just a little too quick with the handball. Put his teammate under pressure, bouncing ball to the pocket. McFarlane read it pretty well there. Was Nicholas Walk along the boundary line. They're peeling for deliberate out of bounds. Umpire will throw it in.
I know you've got the two Andrews in the side, Charlie, but do you look at McFarlane in the ruck at some stage?
You've got to, don't you?
Oh, I think so. I think try and get him around the ball and just he's a workhorse and just try and get his hands on the footy. Play the two Andrews a bit deeper in the goal square.
Cameron Eilert goes back. Here's Lewis. Snaps at goal, goes right across the face of the goals. 3 Wanderers players on the charge here. Here's J-Mac. James McNamee out wide. Bates, Iggy Balajo's been quiet in the footy match. Chips it back in field. Good kick from him. What of Iggy Balajo?
Oh, well, he's another one again. I try and play him forward at different stages. I know he's playing in the middle of the ground, but I just try and load up forward. Test the Wanderers' defence out.
McFarlane, some good body pressure put on him. Nicholas Walk. That's a good matchup, isn't it? McFarlane and Walk. What a beauty. Supporters there looking on. They've loved this. They'll be loving this footy match. Shield at the back. Cameron Island ran hard at Ryan Lewis. Ryan Lewis from the pack kicks a beauty. He's unpredictable, that man number 7. He plucked that out of nowhere and just dropped it on the boot and kicked a good goal.
Well, they're just having to manufacture their goals at the moment. It doesn't matter how they come. It's just a matter of them coming, and that's what Ryan Lewis was able to do there. He extracted it from a stoppage, boundary throw-in. That's just a little bit of loose checking there from the Wanderers. You'll see the ball thrown in here. It's Damien Rowe. Look how much just gave him that 2 metres. Can't do that. Gave him 2 metres of space, and Ryan Lewis said, thanks very much. That's just when they need to close down the space at that stoppage.
Rob, anything there?
Yeah, just a change. Sherrod Islet's off again, and Matthias Liddy's come on, cop it off as well.
Good mail. Prendergast almost getting to the mark. Couldn't get it. Ball comes out wide here. Danger Man gets to it. Aaron Motlop outside 50. Kick wasn't that good. Rolls down in towards the forward line. Cameron Island cleans up in the back pocket. Goes to centre half back. Saints looking a little better here now. They just regain their composure. You get the feeling they'll kick it out towards the wing. That's pretty well done there. Ball on the ground. Wanderers are going to get it, and they'll come away with it. Cleverly done there, David Cruz. Goes along the boundary line, gives it off. Mark taken down there by Josh Cabillo. Long way out from goals. He's a lovely kick of the footy. He kicks it in. 2 St Mary's players there. Big fist from the back was good. Hard run at the footy there from the Eagles. Tyler Detloff. They go in. They're going to kick a goal. No. Through for a behind.
Geez, that would have been a good goal, but great work by David Cruz. One-on-one contest there with Rowan Andrews, and he won that one. They're the important ones.
Cameron Island getting through. A power of work, isn't he?
Well, I raised a point about being able to sustain it. Kent St Mary's sustain it. Their midfield is working overtime at the moment.
Knocked towards the boundary line. That'll go over by Anthony Hale. Shoulders strapped. There he's looking on Paul Motlop. He must be feeling okay. Peter Leonard with him there. Steve Lolius and Kevin Wanganeen, they all make up the brains trust of the Eagles. Here's Carpeny with that one-step kick. And Prendergast got rid of Brown cleverly with his posterior, can I say that?
Absolutely, because he used it to his advantage. You'll see here, we always talk about guarding the drop zone, and that's what Prendergast does better than most. He guards the drop zone. He knows where that ball is going to drop, and he makes sure he puts himself into that position.
His team's up by a couple. He can take it back out to 18. He kicks nicely. He kicks very nicely, thank you. Very much. The Blue and Golds get another one. Prendergast has got 3.
Yeah, great return for a centre-half forward, and that's what St Mary's are lacking at the moment. They just haven't really got that avenue to goal. I mentioned McFarlane, he's playing upper ground a little bit, but Prendergast at the moment, do they make the change at the moment? He's pushing Brown around fairly easily, Charlie. Who do they go to him? Put Stapleton on him? He's their best defender. He's kicked 3.
Murray, the thing about Prendergast, he's not overly tall, is he's very strong in the legs and through the hips, which I guess enables him to hold his position. Very fit, pretty quick, but not overly tall.
No, that's right, Rob, but the big thing is that he's his work rate. He's one of the fittest players in the competition, and he'll keep on going. He won't stop. You won't have to worry about him stopping tonight.
St Mary's overrun the footy. They let the Eagles in. Ducking cleverly. Carpeny again. Carpeny just one look upfield. Kicks nicely. Now, I've got to tell you about David Parkin. Was invited by Paul Motlop, the great David Parkin, to talk to the team before they went out. David said to him, I've been asked to do it 3 times. He said, and the 3 times I spoke, the teams went out and got beaten. So he said he wouldn't talk to Wanderers, and he wished them all the best. Here's Shannon Motlop. Brown comes off half-back, bangs it up towards the wing. Ryan Lewis comes from a long way back. Will he get to it? Yes, he did. Oh, he's a good player up there, Lewis. Parked underneath the footy. Solid mark, Nicholas Walk. Eyes only for the footy. Look at them spread, the Eagles. They're going to run here. Simon Bates should have provided the shepherd. Simon, you got to do that. Even though you're the smaller player, you must help your teammate out with a body. Kick forward to Prendergast was nice. Long, wide run by the Eagles. Ditloff couldn't pick it up. He'll get it. Now he's in trouble. Now they've coughed it up. Should have done better. Saints might make them pay here. Little kick up towards the wing. Running across for the Eagles, Mitchell Taylor. Can he get it? He knocked it away, goes to ground. Carl Load under pressure. Simon Bates went to get it. Iggy Balajo gets a kick. Dumps it up inside 50. Plenty of St Mary's players here. McFarlane held front position. Did it very well, did Peter McFarlane. 17-minute mark has the mark at 50.
Yeah, well, very important mark and a very important kick about to follow. They had the 2-on-1 contest. Mitchell Taylor had come over. You'll see the Andrews going over the back, but pretty hard to outmark Peter McFarlane when he holds front spot.
He's that good footballer, this man. He kicks. He looks a little ugly off the boot. Misses out. Kicks it behind.
Yeah, I mentioned a pretty important kick. It wasn't able to convert. They've got numbers out here, Owen Henry, but they haven't really got anyone else coming out this side, so they may need to just go back and control the football.
Bit of danger in that bad patch, so the hurried kick. Oh, there's going to be some work here. Givalajo knocked it to ground. Carpenter got pushed it out towards the 50-metre line. A little bit of overrunning there. John Bonson kicks it off the ground. Out wide, who did he give it to? Shannon Rioli in 30 metres of space. Can set it up into the goal square. Oh, great mark. Strong mark in defence back there. Hayden Williams goes out to Simon Bates. Wins it in the back pocket for the Eagles. Can go on a little further with it. His kick is nice. Measured to Alex Erlandson, short of the wing. Comes back into the middle with the kick. Tyler Ditloff has it. Centre of the ground, just backward of the centre circle. Saints on the charge forward here. Kick has to get right over the top of the wall. They're in front position. Ball left on the ground. Handball came out. Load. Eagles with the run forward. Oh, so many of them. Thomas Motlop. Thomas Motlop from the impossible angle. Goes for goal. Misses to the near side. Kicks it behind.
Yeah, he wasn't able to convert, but geez, they look dangerous when they run and spread the ball.
They've bought it out. Saints. Hale. Owen Henry, oh, should have held it, didn't, came off hands. Thunderwatch got it, unloaded off to a teammate, went forward. Inside 50, Ryan Lewis gets it delivered. Might have been Brown that got it to him.
It was, and it was that man that I mentioned. Do they make a change? And they have made a change because they've put Aidan Hill onto Prendergast, and Brown had actually found himself up around the middle of the ground. So Lewis, he's been lively. It's interesting, Charlie. Ian Brown's played a bit of footy up forward, centre half forward. I know he's played mainly defence for St Mary's, but he may be one that they look at some stage.
Lewis, he's a surprise goal kicker. He kicked a beauty from a pack, and now from long range he bombs it home. Saints get another one off the boot of Ryan Lewis, 2 for the quarter. Their fans celebrate, the streamers are up.
Well, it's a quick, you'll see the kick in there by Brown. Lewis just led Hayden Williams to the football, but doesn't it make a difference, Charlie, making the right decisions? Thomas Motlop, he probably needed to just square the ball up rather than have the shot, try and get it to the top of the square. Kicks it out on the full, all of a sudden St Mary's take it down, goal back into this game. They're in the contest.
7-5, 5-4, 13 points. Scrimgeour gets the kick out. Bouncing footy. Look at Carpenter. He's got the afterburner on, but he can't get to the footy. Now he gets there a little too late. He put on terrific pressure, though. The missed kick went to Aaron Motlop. Chips over the top. There's Motlop. Simon Bates has it. Bates off the left boot. Thumping kick from him. Motlop. Shannon Motlop. Knocked it out. Iggy Balajo caught and nailed. Loses the footy in a big tackle. And they're going to get the free kick. Oh, they're furious, the Eagles. They can't believe it. Iggy Balajo's got the free kick in defence. Kicks it up towards the wing. Punches away. Jared Eilert got it up towards the wing. Carl Load, rather, that's Kevin Thunderwatch out there. Simon Bates. Simon Bates gets to the footy. And now they can come down, the Eagles. Yeah, they got numbers here. They do have numbers here. Oh, you got to go and compete for that. Thomas Motlop, his tackle was too high. He's given away a free kick.
Yeah, you called it well, Charlie. 2 bad decisions there. One, the free kick, but the decision to not go and compete. He just needed to run and jump at the ball and give a contest. He just didn't do that.
Because McNamee was in front. He could have knocked it to ground. McNamee was waiting for it. Good mark, the Eagles out wide. There's McNamee. And 50. He's going to get 50. J-Mac's going to get 50. The Nichols medalist is going to have a shot close to half-time.
Well, it's a bit of a reprieve here. He's probably unlucky. I think it was against Carl Load. It was great work by James McNamee to push back, though, because you're right, he was involved in that contest with Thomas Motlop and worked back hard to get himself into a defensive position. But he took the mark, wheeled and went to go and punt the ball in, and Carl Load was just had encroached on the mark, I think it was, Charlie, which is why the 50.
James picks it up, turns his back. Might get a bit of advice there from Thomas Motlop. It's a very important kick to hold their ascendancy. They need him to convert this. He's a good kick. He goes for goal. No mistake from the medalist. Bangs it straight through the middle. Kicks his first for the match.
Yeah, it was a good work. As I mentioned, he worked extremely hard to get on the defensive side of the St Mary's forward line there. Like, it really makes sure he worked back hard, which is what James McNamee can do. We mentioned Prendergast and his endurance. You'll see it here. McNamee takes the mark. He decides, you'll see Carl Load, I think it is, it just comes into frame. Yeah, Carl Load went to smother the ball, but he definitely went to play on, but 50-metre penalty. Good result for Wanderers.
Well, play-on's when the umpire calls it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the ruling. Rob, anything from there?
Oh, look, it's just what the doctor order, wasn't it, that goal for Wanderers. St Mary's just had a sniff coming up to half-time, but 3 goals is about their ascendancy, and 1 more would be nice.
Here's Simon Bates. He can kick a footy, but he can't kick it straight. He kicks it behind.
Just got squeezed up for space there, Bates. A left footer, so the defenders were coming across his left foot, and they just closed down his space there.
Gee, had he kicked that, Wanderers would have been looking pretty at half-time. They haven't got this game yet. They've got too many guns to have to contend with from St Mary's. Waiting at the back, the Eagles get it. Mitchell Taylor goes to the pocket with the kick. Oh.
Strange decision to go there, Charlie, because he had Thomas Motlop with Luke Stapleton one out in the goal square. He just needed to get the ball in deep and then work out they can have a contest from there. But, yeah, a strange one, that one.
Jason Purantatameri there in Carpany. Purantatameri. Josh Cabillo tackling hard. They've held the St Mary's player up there in Aidan Hill. Scrimgeour goes across the face. Scrimgeour does well. Eagles looking for the loose footy here. Here's Motlop. He's got it. Goes round the corner. Thomas and Aaron working together. Kick towards the pocket. Rolling ball will go back. Shannon Rioli gets it there. And he's got a runner getting out wide for him. Iggy Vallejo, and finds him at half-back.
Yeah, had a bit more time there, Aaron Motlop, didn't he, to be able to wheel around, but obviously thought he was under a bit more pressure.
Wanderers are looking just a little tired at the moment. It's been a big first half from them. I think their mind's on that change room. You just can't do that against St Mary's. You start thinking about something else. Saints will kick a couple of goals in a hurry.
Well, I mentioned the word that they can't wait for St Mary's. We all know St Mary's will come back at some stage. They got too much pride in their performance and too many good players, but Wanderers need to make sure they sustain the pressure that they've shown. You're right, half-time can't come quick enough. I think all the boys are pretty tired and looking forward to a break.
Hang tough here now, the Eagles will be wanting to do. And the siren gives them the break they want. It's been a terrific first half in a grand final. St Mary's just trying to get their motors running again. They haven't really got going in this footy match, and that's because Wanderers haven't allowed them to.
No, they haven't, Charlie, but you're right. They haven't allowed them to through their defensive acts. I think their pressure and really numbers around the contest has been outstanding. And only 2 points advantage to Wanderers in that second quarter, but they'll be happy with that. They still hold a 20-point lead.
18 points at quarter time, 20 points at half-time. Goal kickers, Murray.
Yeah, Prendergast been the real focal point for Wanderers with 3. Thomas Motlop bobbed up with 2 as well. Ryan Lewis, he's the one at the moment. They just haven't got enough goals out of their big key position players, St Mary's, which will be something I'm sure they'll address at half-time. With the stats, we'll see how much more of the football their Wanderers have had in the kicks, handballs, marks department, fairly even in those other areas. One area that I've been really impressed with has been the hit-outs. Even though St Mary's are on top, I think Erlinson and Shield are doing a fairly good work in that area.
So Wanderers with the stats favouring them a little there at halftime. Crowd looking on here, anticipation of a wonderful second half. Saints have a little discussion out on the ground there. The Eagles head for the sheds, and it's halftime. 18 points at quarter time. It's 20 at halftime. The Eagles 8-6. St Mary's 5-4. 20 points the difference here. Second half about to get underway. Eagles kicking to right of screen. They kicked 3 goals to 3 goals each in that third term and set up this second half, Murray.
Yeah, that's right. And Josh Cabillo starting in the midfield. He was very good in that first half.